Hey guys, Borders Dude here. I thought today I'd do something a little bit different to celebrate one of my videos reaching over the 100 mark. I wasn't in myself, in person. In the video I was just reviewing the figure, but hey, never mind. I've still got a video. It's finally over the 100 views mark. So I thought I'd speak about this chap here. You've seen him a few times recently in my video reviews. But before I get into this guy, which is of course Thundercats classic Lino from the San Diego Comic Con, I talk about his box. This box here has caused quite a bit of controversy. A lot of people don't like it because you can't display Lino in the box like you can when the figures, the official retail figures, come out in December here in the UK. But I like it because it was made for the Comic Con and it was a Comic Con exclusive figure, so they gave him an exclusive box, and I think the box is brilliant. It's lovely. The nice Cats logo, nicely done. Of course, you've got the original Thundercats font up the top there as well. I think the box is awesome. It's plain, but nothing wrong with a bit of plainness in designs. I think it's pretty cool. So I'll get on with the figure now. And here he is. San Diego Comic Con exclusive Thundercats classic Lino. I love this figure. It's just brilliant. It's an excellent representation of the 80s Lino. The detailing on the figure is fantastic. The face is brilliantly done. The colour scheme all over is excellent. I know a lot of people have complained about the dirty look, but again it differentiates him from his retail release, which looks cleaner. But I do like this version because it brings out the detail in his arms and his singlet, the nice sort of chrome blue singlet he's got here. The belt's still the same colour. The belt's excellent as well. The Cats logo is brilliantly done, brilliantly put in there. Paintwork on the figure's awesome. I've not really seen any scuffs, any marks. Overall, this repaint of him, it looks fantastic. I love it. I know a lot of people don't. It's not a lot of people's cup of tea, but for me personally, the look is good. It's justifying enough to have this figure because he does look quite different from the retail packet Lino that's coming out soon. Posability on this guy, oh my word, posability. There's so many poses you can do, and that's due to the posability on the joints. There's so many joints that you can twist and turn. You've got the head to start off with, full 360 degree rotation. You've got the shoulder on the arm. The mid joint on his arm will turn 360 as well. Bend his arm up and down. Twist his head a little bit there. Of course his hands do the full 360 as well because they're on little separate joints. We've got the excellent ab crunch. Listen to this. Oh, that's lovely. His legs do the whole 360 thing as well. You've got the knees, which are double jointed, and as you can see, you can maybe see there's a tiny little gap there, so they don't actually contact with each other and rub off each other. And the feet are on a swivel joint as well, which just lends to some excellent posing options available to the figure. So many, I couldn't go through them all. So accessory wise, you get with this guy, you get the following: small sword omens, big sword omens, claw shield, little blue bit, and for when you don't want them to be holding his swords, and exclusive to the San Diego Comic Con version, his plinth for the claw shield and Sword of Woman's dagger. So it looks something like that. I do have a couple of QC issues with the mini Sword of Woman's Dagger. The paint on the eye is, you know, scuffed, so it is missing a little bit. You can see some white through it. But it's not as bad on this side. But, you know, I'm not overly fussed, to be honest. It's mainly on the dagger. I mean, there's tiny little bits on the sword, the full extended sword, but you can't really see it that well. I do, however, like the chrome effect they've used on these. I know the retail version isn't going to be chrome, but this is just excellent. I love that look. Again, it's going to differentiate it from the retail packaging, and that's another one of the many ways it does. The retail figure, I should say. Okay, so here's his claw shield. What you have to do to get the claw shield on him, it doesn't go over his hand, unfortunately, like it did in the original figure. So what you have to do is you pop off his hand here. Oh, I quite like that sound. It's still a bit frightening as well when you do it. I do think I'm going to break the figure when I do that. And you have to carefully just pop it on. I think I've just done it there. I had this little pop joint, and there's the claw shield on his hand, on his arm even. So now you've got the little Sword of Woman's Dagger. You can slide it in the top there, so you can hold it in the claw shield just like you can on the show, which is absolutely awesome. Now you can have the claw shield and the dagger placed on his side here using this bit. So what you do again, take off the claw shield, pop this into here till it clicks. Now you have to really angle this in to there. Give me a second. Ah, jump cuts, how handy. So there it is, placed on his leg, just like again in the show. So they've really pretty much gone all the way out, you know, for fans of the original Thundercats. I mean, especially with Lino, I don't know what's going to be like with Tigra or the others, which I hope they do make more of. I hope it's just not going to be Lino and Tigra. So I'm going to take that off just now. Bring in his big Sword of Woman's, the extended one if you like. That just slots nicely into his hand, and he does hold it pretty well. I will state the other hand I did show comes on the figure first time, and you need to swap it out to this hand so you can hold the swords. He will hold the dagger as well, but this sword fits better in that hand as opposed to the dagger. But you know what I like to do is have the dagger and the claw shield on his hand and still hold the other sword as well when I've got him posing on my shelf. So overall, I really do like this figure. Little niggling issues like the paint aside on the sword, and you know the belt doesn't really stay in too well. You can sometimes push it in, but you know it'll stay there if you don't pose him too much. But as I've said again, he's definitely going to be worth a buy. If you can't, you know, get a hold of this guy, then do get the retail version, because it's just going to be as awesome. Sure, it's not going to have the chrome sword, which isn't a big deal really. But for me, I want to collect these classic figures, so he was a guy I had to get. I did probably pay over the odds for him, but you know, I wasn't going to be able to go to San Diego Comic Con. And even if I did, you know, I'd have to get a flight out to there, and you know, pay for accommodation, and when I was there, pay for other things like food. So you know, I would have been paying well into the hundreds, whereas I paid about 30 for this figure, which wasn't bad considering he's an exclusive, and I would imagine now he goes for quite a lot. Anyway, I'm just blabbing on now, so I hope you've liked my review of this guy. Normal service will resume next time with I don't know who. I'm not decided who I want to review from my collection. Anyway, I've been Borders Dude. Thanks for watching.